What is up, you guys? We are here with the one and only IS300. Okay, we got the 4Runner ready to go. She's running and driving. She runs super smooth. Do got a little check engine light, but hey, it is what it is. But we're ready to get this IS300 going. We are gonna tear down the front end today, get this bumper off. This car has been crashed before, so I wanna see the damage underneath, see what we're really dealing with, get this whole front end off, get the radiator out. But if you guys are ready for this IS300 build, let's get it.
I was raised in the G, I'ma make sure y'all know me, yeah, y'all know me. I can hit the beach to the lake, I live when you come and take a damn vacation. Cruising up and down the block, yeah, I'm moving this beat sound good, let's get to it, okay? It's the weekend, so you know it's time to play. Me on the grill with the bruise and the bud, sun's coming out, ain't no fog in the way. All of my homies right here.
All right, you guys, so today we're going to be getting this IS300 ready for the engine swap. So we have to get everything out of the engine bay. We've got some damage in here, so we're going to get everything torn apart. That way we can see what we're dealing with, really get a good look at everything, get everything cleaned up. As you can see, it's really dirty, really grimy. This thing does hold a salvage title. Like I said, it's been crashed in the front, so I'm not really too worried about that, but we're going to get it all off because this whole front is crumpled and it's crumpled down below as well. So we're going to make sure we get that out of here, and then we'll be able to address everything from there. All right, we got the bumper off. We got the inner liner guards off. Okay, this bumper's clapped. These things, we don't need them. We're not gonna be running those because with the angle kit, you really gotta get rid of all this. So we're gonna have to cut all this down, okay? And we're really gonna get rid of all this extra stuff that's OEM that we do not need. Okay, like these horns probably gonna go. And again, this whole front core support, you guys can see right here, is all damaged. So this is gonna all get replaced anyway. So we're gonna get this crash bar off, take these headlights out, and then we'll end up pulling the radiator out and stripping this whole bay as well. All right, we got the headlights out, we got the radiator out, and this thing is clapped. I mean, you guys can see they did some repairs right here. So this thing is completely clapped. You guys can see they didn't even finish the repair. Look at that. Come on, bro, how are you gonna leave it like that? But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna get this whole thing off of here. So this whole front core support's gonna have to come off. Okay, it's smashed on the bottom. And we're just gonna go ahead and get it off the car completely. Look at that tow hook, it's completely cocked too. So we wanna keep the AC condenser in place. I wanna try not to disturb that. It's still sealed, the system's still sealed. So I don't wanna release that gas if I can avoid it. But if I have to in the end, then I will. Other than that, we're gonna keep tearing down, keep stripping down. We gotta still reveal all this. We're gonna get this ECU box out of here and clear this whole area. So let's get this. All right, so we got pretty much everything out. We got most of the harness peeled back. We got the ABS pump out with all of the brake lines, except for this passenger and then the driver side main one. I didn't take those out yet. And then everything else, these are gonna have to come off. I have decided we're gonna go ahead and just cut all this off. So all this, we're gonna take all this out. I mean, look at it, it's clapped in here. So there's no sense in keeping all this on my car. Like, I'm just not gonna keep it. So we're gonna cut right here. We're gonna drill out these welds and just take this whole panel off on both sides. And then we'll have to get these off as well. And then we're gonna be obviously doing a whole tube front. This whole bottom part's messed up, so we're gonna have to prep this whole thing for tube front. But first things first is I gotta cut all that stuff off. All right, so we got this driver's side pretty much done. As far as prep, we cut this entire little quarter section out. I don't know, it's the fender well. So we cut the fender well out. Okay, we still left a little bit of meat on here. We're gonna have to come in here. It does look a little bit crumpled, but we're gonna have to come in here a little bit further to line up with this shock tower later on, but we left that much on there for now. Okay, we drilled out all these things. We got out that other layer of metal. Right here, I wasn't able to because it has all that glue on there, but we got this ready. So the next step, we gotta do the other side, and we still gotta do the underneath. So we gotta get rid of this lower core support smashed as well. So this driver side is pretty much done. Now we got to do this side and the lower. All right, so you guys can see right here, we've got this fender bolted back up. Everything lines up. Okay, so we've got that side cut out already. We're ready for our tubes pretty much, but we got to go ahead and do this side. We got to cut this side out and do the same exact thing and get this side matching up. So we're going to cut this off, drill out all the little holes and cut these out. So I was actually able to get this side off a lot easier, and I decided to just leave this in for strength. So I just left that second layer, and what I'll do is I'll just weld those holes in later. But we've got this side completely out, and we've got this side completely out as well. So that is amazing. That was super easy, super quick. Now we just got to do the bottom part. We got to get this lower core support off. So we're going to get this completely off. I found the easiest thing to do is, like in this instance, just cut it here and then cut it here and then worry about getting this little piece off. Just makes it a lot easier. Get that big piece out of your way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll give you guys an update. All right, so with both sides trimmed, we cut out that middle piece. I still gotta get these corner pieces out. It's pretty tough. I'm gonna take a break for now. We cleaned up, and I'm gonna figure out why the check engine light is popping up on the 4Runner. It runs perfect, but we are getting a check engine light, which is a little concerning. So I'm gonna work on that for now, and then we'll come back to this tomorrow. I gotta pick up some supplies, and we're gonna pick up a machine, if you know what I mean, to do this whole job. Alrighty, you guys, when I said that I was gonna go get a machine for the IS300, this is not what I meant, okay? But yesterday, I found a really good deal I could not pass up on, okay? And it's this 95 4Runner right here. Okay, runs and drives. I have a couple hoses off. We actually just stopped by the store this morning. It's about 8 in the morning right now. Went and picked up some hoses for this thing. I got some oil for it. We're gonna do an oil change, some basic maintenance. It had some cracked hoses, but this thing does run and drive. I drove it all the way here. But yeah, I either have a really bad problem with these 4Runners, or I'm really good at getting deals on these. So it's got new tires and everything. The interior's pretty clean. So we're gonna get this thing cleaned up and probably post it back up for sale. So if you guys would actually like to see how I go get these deals and how I go find all these deals, let me know down in the comments, guys. I can show you guys more of the process of how I look for deals and how I find them, and what I'll say to the people and how I'll get deals like this. And once I sell this, I can tell you guys how much I got this for. But you guys already know I got the black 4Runner on a crazy good deal, and it's running amazing. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do the maintenance on this, and then I'll show you guys how good it runs. All right, so for anyone who's actually worked on these older Toyotas, the only thing that I find annoying compared from this to the newer one that I just got done working on is just so many vacuum lines. I mean, right here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like more than 10. And yesterday I found 3 that were broken. This one right here, manifold to the valve cover. That one was completely disconnected on the valve cover side. And let me show you the hose. So this was the actual hose. So it was completely pinched off. It was actually like leaking, and this side wasn't even connected. There was not even a hose clamp on here. So this side was just completely collapsed, and it goes on like this. So it was like this going into the engine, and it was not doing anything. So we got this hose to replace it. Plenty of length so it doesn't kink again. And so what we're gonna do is pop it on here, and it literally just goes right down into here. Obviously we have to shorten this. So found a razor blade 10 years later. With my luck, I'll just cut myself. I'm trying to record this hose cut. All right. See, now we got this. And we can feed it in, but we should put the other side first. That's crazy. This setup, you need a 90 or like a 180. And these hoses are so easy to miss if you don't really like investigate. Because how are you really gonna see this thing down here? You guys probably can't even see what I'm working on. It's underneath the underneath. But yeah, I mean, having this many vacuum lines, it's like, bro, why? I don't know why. I honestly don't know why they had so many vacuum lines. And I mean, look, it runs all the way through here. They have all these hard metal pipes that goes and connects all the way through here, goes underneath. It's crazy. What if you had a hole in one of those metal pipes? Best tip right here, lube this up. Never go in dry. I might have put too much grease, but I've never heard anyone complain about that.
Oh, it's too much grease. It's too slippery.
No, I'm talking about engines, guys. I can see why this kinks. So yeah, there's no way you're doing this without a 90 bend on your hose. That's already kinking. Because you're trying to make a full 180. You need a plastic 90 or a pre-bent hose with a 90 built in. Or we're just gonna have to route it super long, which I already cut the hose. Bruh. Well, that was a fail. And they're both the same size. See, and I remember when I did my YouTube channel, like, I don't know, 8 years ago when I first started it, I would sometimes make videos, a whole video, and I would try to do something and be like, how to do this. And I would go to do it, and it wouldn't work out. Or something would fail, and then I'd be like, well, now what about this video? So yeah, that's the reality when you're trying to be a YouTuber. Not everything's always perfect behind the camera. If you guys want to see me really struggle, here it is. But I mean, I'm not the one who designed this stupid engine. It's like there's no kink now, but as soon as a vacuum applies, it's gonna have a kink. It's not gonna work. We're gonna find another solution. I'm gonna get a plastic elbow, and I think that'd be a lot cleaner. Just put a short plastic elbow, like I think this engine has one over here. There's one coming off this one. Like we need some, bruh. We need something like that. That was just the hose clamp. But yeah, so we're gonna come back to that hose. Now we also have these two hoses. This one goes here. Literally this elbow thing I was just telling you about. I think it was like this. no, that's so wrong. Oh, it goes from here, valve cover, to this. Bro, I don't know how this goes. See what I'm saying? Like, bro, it really be like that. Oh, there's also this hose. Okay, so this one goes here. So yeah, we got this one, which was all cracked, as you can see. They actually had tape on it. So this one had a bunch of black electric tape. It's actually right here, if you guys think I'm lying. And yeah, so this one, we actually just got heater hose from O'Reilly's. I remember they used to let you go in the back and pick your own roll of hose. I don't know if they still do that, but I wasn't able to do that. So we got this. Is it even big enough? Hell no. Damn, we need bigger than that. Even if we lube that. Might work for this one. Yeah, it'll work for that one. I mean, it is the right size. It's just, man. See, that's why you gotta lube it up. Look at that, bro. That's why you lube it up. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me show you guys what I use. I don't know where the label went, but this is like Lucas high temp grease. It's like the red tacky grease. Yeah. Take a little bit of that. You put it on here. You stick it in here. A really smart mechanic told me this trick. Honestly, this works really well for any type of dry connections. All you freaks who are just watching that, I don't know, you guys need help. Right there, this will work. It's just, the other hoses were so swollen, it makes it like seem like these are not the right size, but hey, look at that. Extra grease, you put it on the shaft on the other side. Yes, it's a shaft. Grease that up a little bit. You also don't want to break old plastic parts. This is a 95, so I'm not trying to break stuff and have to go find it. We have here to here, and we have here to here, 2 hoses. Well, you know what would have been smart? Why not just match it up to the old hose and cut it like that? That's if you had a brain. Oh, see, we're still a little too long. Imagine having a brain, wouldn't that be sick? Imagine people just running around with brains and you actually know what you're doing. That's insane. I don't know what the heck's going on, guys. See, this. All right, you guys really want to know? These YouTube videos, they can be a little weird. These videos can be hard to do when you're by yourself. And I say that because there's nobody here. So this is the reality. You hear the birds chirping? Literally, this is it. I'm here with this. But I love this stuff though, so honestly, I'm gonna keep going. But I'm just telling you guys, if you guys hear me going on some weird little rants, because there's nobody else here. So I gotta talk to the voices in my head. So anyways, so this hose right here, down to the valve cover. Pretty clean. I think we're gonna leave that one. We're gonna throw some clamps on that. That one's good. Still gotta figure out this one. Goes here, down to the air box here, so. And then we got the other one in the back. Still. All right, so I'm gonna try to show you guys what I did on this side. So if you can see, let me try to set up this light. It's gonna be hard to see. But this hose that's coming out right here, okay? You guys can see it's zip tied. Okay, I zip tied it to that nut right there, okay? And what that does, it's gonna make sure this hose can't move, because on the other end, right here, you can see that the hose going right to the valve cover, but it has no ability to move now because I have put that zip tie on there, because it's so hard to get a clamp on there. Every time you try to put a clamp on, you just end up pushing it off. So this is actually a better seal than me trying to put a clamp on. So now I have to figure out how I'm gonna 90 this around, because this has to go back to there. So I gotta make a 180, actually, not even a 90, a 180, which I have a plan, but it's gonna be temporary. I'm gonna probably run a very long hose, and then I'll just get a 180 plastic and I'll redo that. So yeah, cool little trick. Zip tie to secure this hose so it can't move. Love it. So this battery doesn't have a hold down, and look what was happening to it. The pulley was actually hitting the battery, because with the battery pushed over, this battery was touching the pulley of the power steering pump. So definitely need a hold down on there. For anyone who knows me and has seen my channel and my content, you'll know one of my first cars that I bought, it was a SC400, the red one on my channel. It actually bursted into flames because there was a improperly secured battery hold down.
Call the fire department!
So your battery hold down is so important. I mean, look at that. It was literally digging into the battery casing. This is actually a newer battery as well, according to the guy who I bought it from. So little things like that is what's literally gonna cause you to take a used car like this and have a big issue, if not addressed. Also, I just noticed the belts are cracking really bad. So we're gonna have to address that. I gotta run to the store, get that 180. I'm waiting on someone to come pick up these headers. I'm gonna buy those headers. So other than that, everything else, I see some wiring over here that's janky, but I'm gonna leave that probably. And there's also this loose wire. I don't know what this goes to. So I kind of want to figure that out. It looks like a 1-wire sensor. Maybe the oil pressure switch, because that seems like that gauge is dead. So we're gonna run to get that 180. We'll be back, and then we're gonna again start it up, and then we'll do the oil change. We also got to drain some transmission fluid because it's overfilled from when I checked it yesterday. So we're gonna drain some of that out. Yeah, and go from there. All right, so we ran to the parts stores, and honestly, they didn't have anything like a good elbow, a good vacuum elbow or anything that I could use. And honestly, I'm sick of the parts stores because Amazon is so convenient for me. Like this morning, I literally woke up to Amazon package. It's right there, and it's my oil and filter for this truck. So honestly, I'm probably just gonna stop going to the parts store. If I need something, I will just wait a day. But for now, what we did is we just put a bigger hose. You guys can see, obviously this hose needs to be shortened. That's why I need to get a vacuum elbow or a hose that actually has a bend in it, because I don't want this to kink. But this is still gonna run better than what I had on there. For the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and start it up, and then I'm gonna get it hot, get the transmission fluid level adjusted, and then we're gonna go ahead and change the oil after that. And that's pretty much gonna be it. Then we'll pull it out, and I'm gonna detail the interior. Oh yeah, not sure if I showed, but I did end up getting this hose figured out. So we got that one routed there, and then we got this hose figured out as well. So this one does look like it has a slight kink in it. So we'll see if that one ends up kinking over time. I might have to get a better hose with a 90 bend in it. I'm gonna again get it on Amazon. And yeah, so we're just gonna do that for now. And yeah, again, this realization today was that we pretty much need to stop wasting money on random hoses at the parts store, because Amazon has all this stuff, you guys, and they ship super quick. So anyways, we're gonna start it up, and then we'll heat it up, check the trans fluid, and then we'll go from there. All right, double check. Fixed like 3 leaks already since I got this truck yesterday. Okay. And I don't know if the battery's still gonna have enough juice, so let's see if it starts. Watch out with the clutch fan on these, because you will literally chop a finger. I don't like that at all. You gotta remember, you got this open fan here. It sounds good though. It's up to temperature, and now I'm checking the transmission fluid, and it looks perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's right in the middle of the hot section, so I think the fluid's actually perfect. This truck actually does have KYBs all around, so that's pretty cool. See how this oil's looking. Dirty. Fucking fan sounds like it's about to blow up. The glove got sucked in, but yeah, that oil is really dirty. 100%. Definitely need the oil change. Just bragging about Amazon, but this package actually came with the bottle leaking, so that sucks. Spilled a little bit at the beginning. This is how you pour oil, except for the spill that I did at the beginning. You really gotta gauge the flow right when you dump it out so you don't miss. But I'm not gonna lie, whenever I record, I always mess up. Literally, after I turned off the camera earlier, I was able to get those hoses on pretty easily. So, anyways. All right, so we got the oil change done. We're all good there. Now we're gonna move on to the interior. We gotta get this thing cleaned out. You guys can see they obviously had a dog in here, so that's kind of gross. But we're gonna get all this junk out, clean all this out, vacuum all this out. Okay, get all this out. These seats are super clean, so we've got really nice seats. Decent interior. It's got a nice little dash cover. We work around to the back here, and we have seats that are fully intact. Again, we got to get all this crap out of here. We got tire irons and whatnot. I'm gonna get this thing back to A1. Get all this out of here. We got all the floor mats. That's amazing. Look, we got a bunch of stuff. Needs a full vacuum. Interior detail. We're gonna get all this done, and these seats pop forward, which is cool. You can get back there. Problem is, that doesn't open. I just realized that, so now I got to figure that out. I sprayed some PV blaster inside this key here. It's all jacked up, and that little lock latch inside there is not working, so we're gonna see what's going on with that. But we're gonna just start from the front and move our way from the front to the back, and we'll do that.
Okay, little buddy. Okay, yes.
All right, so you can see with the seats folded up just how much stuff is in here, and I mean, it's pretty bad all throughout. We got to get this thing tip-top shape. We got sunflower seeds, so I like this 4Runner. It's got a lot of potential, but she's definitely dirty. So we're gonna get in here, we're gonna clean her out, and we're gonna get all this crud and crap out of here. We got all the trash out already, so now we're gonna go in with our vacuum and our compressed air, get everything out of here. So literally I was just blowing out the interior and my breaker blew here in my shop and I don't have access to the breaker. So we're pretty screwed for the day. I'm gonna have to come back another day. I'm gonna park this and I'm gonna do the belts on it anyways. So I'm gonna get the belts and we'll get this vacuumed out and clean. And then I wanna try to figure out the tailgate and a couple other little things. Get this thing A1. So we're gonna come back another day. And then we're also gonna have to see what's going on with this, because in order to run a welder in here, there's no way it's gonna be able to run. I was running just this fan and the compressor back there and it blew, so I don't know what we're gonna do, but stay tuned, we're gonna figure it out. Hey guys, so as I'm here reviewing this footage, unfortunately, I had a few people come look at the white 4Runner. I got it all detailed out, it's super clean. Got a new battery hold down for it, didn't end up changing the belts. But I had a few people come look at it. Nobody actually picked it up yet, so that's a bummer. On top of that, I was still dealing with the power situation over at the shop, so I wasn't able to continue working on that front end deal. However, as you can see, we got a couple packages from NRG, and we got a bunch of other stuff that I went ahead and ordered. So in the next few days, we got a ton of parts coming for the IS300. We're gonna be slapping those on. Right here, we got our quick release and short hub. I also ordered some harnesses. We're gonna have some seats coming, so the entire interior. And then we're gonna be getting the suspension set up as well. We need to get this car complete, guys. So we're gonna be doing all of that stuff. So if you guys are excited for the IS300, make sure to stay tuned. But yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna be it. Stay tuned, we'll see if someone picks up the 4Runner. They might come look at it today again, so we'll see. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned till next time.